Hello viewers, thank you for watching another episode of Accentuate training video. In this training video, we are going to learn how to create a client as well as a supplier. So without any delay, let's go right into the software itself. Once you log into the software, you will see that you are actually greeted by this screen itself. If not, you might have landed somewhere on other parts of the software. So if let's say you end up other parts of the software besides the calendar or any other module itself, you can always get yourself back to the main menu by coming to the top left hand corner and clicking on the icon itself. So this is the icon. To go back to main menu, just click on this and you'll be greeted with the main menu again. So this is the menu where you have got all the modules. There are actually two areas in which you can create your client. You can actually create clients in sales module as well as accounting module. So let's take a look at the both module itself. So let's go to sales module as well as accounting module. Now you will not see my tab bars on top of the browser, but it's okay. I will switch it over to the other view. Now when you click on sales module, you will see this view itself. If you do not see the dashboard, this nice little dashboard that my cursor is pointing out to you, it is fine. Do not panic, because it just means that you do not have enough data yet. So once you have got enough data, this little dashboard over here will start to populate and it will start to give you some information and some figures. Now to create client in sales module, you just need to go to the sub menu over here, which is sales, and then you click on customers. So this is where you can create a customer. Now if you are in the accounting module, so you should be seeing this view instead. Now to create clients is really simple. You just go to similarly under sub menu under sales, click on customers. So you'll be able to create customers in this menu over here. Essentially, no matter which module you go to, it's the same. So you do not need to worry where you are. As long as you are able to create a client, the view should be the same. Now for today's purpose, we will use the sales module instead. So let's go to sales, and this is the screen that you will see. To create a client, you just need to go to the sub menu sales and then you click on customers. So once you click on customer, the first view that you will see is what we call a dashboard view. Now this dashboard view, by default, it is actually showing you in card format itself. So the card format can be very useful. It can also be very messy, because when you have got like hundreds and hundreds of customers, the card view just doesn't work, because you will have so many customers and they are all over the place. So if let's say you do not like the card view, you can actually come to the top right hand corner. You can actually switch it to list view. Now don't get me wrong, the reason why our system has a card view is because card view really works really well if you know how to use them. Let's say for example, we can go back to the card view. If you know how to use the additional function on our CRM module, which is on the top right hand corner over here, you will always see that in many portions of our software, you will see this nice little search bar. So on the right hand corner, there is this magnifying glass that shows you a minus sign. Sometimes it shows you a plus sign. It doesn't matter. If it is a plus sign, you would like to click on the magnifying glass and you will see that there's three options coming out under the search bar over here: filters, group by, as well as favorites. Now what are these for? This is actually for you to manage what you see on the dashboard itself. It allows you to group your clients by salesperson, by company, by location. So if let's say you have got a lot of clients and they are from all over the place, you can actually group them by countries, and then what it will look like is it will look something like that. So you can see that from Belgium you have got these two companies, then from China, from France, from United Kingdom, from United States. Now it works, the filter works both for list view as well as for the Kanban view. So it's up to you which view you want to use. Now just do remember that you have got all these neat little tools to help you achieve micromanaging of your clients, because once your records get very big, you will start to require all these little functions to help you. You can do a quick search as well. So as you do a search, then the relevant clients will come out. But of course, that's besides the point. I will cover more about how you navigate around the general view either later part in this video, if not in future tutorials. Today we are going to talk about creating of clients. So to create a client, all you need to do is, once you end up in the customer view, which is this view itself, you want to come to the top left hand corner to click on the create button. So you click on create and you'll be brought to this customer creation menu itself. It is really simple, very easy to use. Whatever you see is what you get. So there are two types of clients. There are individuals, whereby if let's say you serve end consumer basis, then most of your clients will be individual. But if you are B2B, then chances are your clients will be companies. So if let's say you are creating a company, you realize that you can create more contacts under your company. So what happens is that let me show you an example. So if let's say I'm going to create a company, let's say for example demo company, and if let's say you do not have too much details on this particular company itself, then that's about it. By keying in your information to the purple fields, you have already completed all the necessary fields that you need to key in. Now that means that purple field within the system itself is mandatory field. All the white color fields are actually optional. So if let's say you do not have all the other information, it is fine. You can just key in the company name and you are good to go. But if let's say you have got more information, my encouragement to you is that always create data with as many meaningful details as possible, so that as you look back into your past data, you won't have regrets of finding that there are many things that you did not capture. So let's say for example this particular company has got their HQ address in say 55 Market Street. So let's give it an imaginary office. Let's say for example that, and then let's give it a phone number, mobile number. Now the more information you key in, the better it is, and I highly encourage you to key in the email address of the company as well. Now in this email address over here, although you are creating for the company will always have a generic email address. Let's say for example enquiry@democompany.com.sg, but because chances are if you let's say you are working with the purchaser of the company, chances are emails will be sent to the purchaser. So you might want to have the purchaser email over here, or whoever that you are in contact with, the email over here. So let's say for example purchaser@democompany.com.sg. And to be realistic, within a company you are not just going to communicate with just one person. Sometimes if let's say you are in the same industry as us, so-called the software industry itself, you might find yourself communicating with several departments, and each and every department there is a person in charge. And in that particular case, you would like to make sure you remember everyone by their name, and when the time arises you need to know what phone number to call and what email addresses to send to. And if let's say you are in that situation, you can create multiple contacts for this company. So this is one strength compared to the other CRM software that are out there. I know there are many good ones out there, but some of the more basic ones only allow you to create one contact per company. So in our software, you are able to create multiple contacts for one company itself, which actually makes your B2B experience so much more realistic. So to create a new contact is really simple. You just go to this tab over here, contacts and addresses. You click on create. There are different types of contacts that you can create. You can create a person contact, you can create an invoice address, you can create shipping addresses, and you can create other addresses. So what are the difference between all these options? Now essentially contact, how we usually use contact is it represents a person. So if let's say for example the purchaser is called Mr. Tan, so we can just say that it's Mr. Tan, then your title is Mr., job position is purchaser, email is purchaser@democompany.com.sg. If you have got the phone number, the mobile number, and if you want to add internal notes, please do so that you can have as much of a comprehensive information as you can for this particular person that you are working with. So if let's say I'm also working with another department, say the sales department, so the sales department is managed by say Miss Julia. She's the sales manager of the company. So Julia probably has got her own email address because she's a salesperson. So let's say, for example, the salesperson likes oranges. So this is where you can keep your internal notes. And of course, when you come across 100, 200 customers, it's really difficult to keep track who likes what and who don't like what. So it'll be good to always keep records within your CRM system to make sure that as and when you're looking back at these cases and looking through the documents of these people, you know exactly what they like and don't like, and probably what are some of the requests that they have made before. So you do not need to ask back the same questions, and it will probably appear to the customer like you have kept them in mind and they'll like you a lot. So this is creating of context. So let's create a shipping address as well as an invoice address as well. So what does this do? Because within our system, we are actually fully integrated with inventory and products. So as you sell physical products, you realize that the system automatically creates delivery orders for you. If let's say you are using our full-fledged ERP system, you will be able to track inventory valuation as well as inventory quantity. But if let's say you are just using our CRM module, then that option might not be open up to you. So to create an invoice address is really simple. We want to save the current one and then create a new one. So you just click on save and new, and then you select invoice address. So let's say, for example, the 55 Market Street address is already the HQ, which is where all the invoices will end up anyway. So we will not change this address, we'll just keep this and we'll just say that this is a HQ address. Now for shipping wise, probably this company doesn't want to ship everything to 55 Market Street because their office probably is really small. We would like to send it to our Woodlands warehouse itself. So let's say, for example, we send it to Woodlands warehouse, and let's say, for example, it has got the address of 11 Woodlands Close. Maybe it's on the 8th floor, Woodlands 11. Alright, now if you have got the email address, like I said, it's always good practice. So internal notes for this particular shipping address, let's say, for example, we can say that ship products only between 8 AM to 6 PM. So probably that is one note that you can take note of. Once you are done, you can click save and close. Now if let's say this client happen to be a retail client, and being a retail client, sometimes they have got multiple outlets. So you can create multiple shipping address, but do take note that when you select shipping address, if you have got only one, the system will take that only one address as your default shipping address. But if you create multiple shipping addresses, then the system can only assign one as the default, and the system will decide by itself which to be the default. So if you have got multiple shipping addresses, do take note that you might have to make changes when you create sales orders in terms of where to ship your products. So if let's say you are just creating retail outlets, sometimes we might choose other addresses to be retail outlets itself. So let's save and new. Let's say, for example, we would like to say we have got Ang Mo Kio retail outlet. So Ang Mo Kio outlet, so this one will be probably 123 Ang Mo Kio Road, and then maybe something like that, right? So similarly, good practice, fill this up as well. Now once you are done, you can click save and close. So as you can see, within this company that we have created, we have also successfully created two persons that we are in contact with, Mr. Tan as well as Miss Julia. And then we now know the HQ address is similar to our 55 Market Street. If you click, you actually open up the detail page again. If you are done, you just click save and close. Then we know that there's a default shipping address of the Woodlands warehouse. So everything that we sell to them, we would like to by default send it to Woodlands warehouse itself. And then they have got another outlet, which is the retail outlet. It is in Ang Mo Kio. So essentially, you can create unlimited number of contacts within one company. So this is actually a pretty neat feature for a CRM. So you are not limited by one contact per company. So this is one feature that you might want to exploit and abuse, and to really organize your CRM really well. So once you are done, it is as simple as just clicking on save, and then the system will save all this information, and automatically you realize that the system assigns some nice icons to the individual contacts that we have created. So a person contact will be assigned an avatar. The invoice address, the default invoice address, will be assigned a dollar note. Shipping address, obviously it is a van, and then of course if it is other addresses, they automatically assume that it is a location, so it just assign a building icon itself.